Welcome to the 35th meeting of the Liquor Commission. May I please ask that you turn off your cell phones completely and to not interfere with the recording of the proceedings. And when addressing the commission, please remember to state and spell your name clearly and speak into the microphone. We are going to move to other business and agenda item number 1 for the commission status report from Cecily Kaya Esquire regarding the investigation into complaints regarding liquor commission operations.
Thanks for having me. So I understand I was asked to attend today's meeting to give a kind of an update on what occurred. So the report is done. And the goal of the investigation was really to look into whether or not the allegations raised were true or false. The standard of review that we use when doing these investigations would be preponderance of the evidence. So really whether or not an allegation is more likely than not true or false. It's not, the criminal standard where it's, sorry, I'm losing my place right now. Basically it's greater than 50% is what we have to find. So I served as a neutral fact finder. I am an attorney, but I didn't provide any legal advice to anybody. My communications were not privileged. And so when I met with all the witnesses, I advised them of that. I advised the city of that as well. I did want to know that this was a pretty document intensive investigation. So there was a lot of time spent reviewing materials. There were multiple issues over several years. There were some complications in scheduling, so it did take a while. But what you have, I believe, before you is the product of all of that work over months of time. So I wanted to open this up to any questions you may have, if there are any.
Thank you. Commissioners, questions for Ms. Kaya?
So, I mean, I guess the only major question I have is, the scope wise, well, I mean, overall wise, the scope was reviewed fully and completely for the items that were listed.
I believe so. There wasn't anything that I omitted from it.
Okay,
If there's something that I couldn't look into, I noted that at the end of the report to say this was out of the scope for the reasons stated in the report.
thank you. That was my only real question.
So just to, I guess, rehash it, it's in the investigation report, we're looking at preponderance versus beyond reasonable doubt, right?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
correct.
Okay, thank you.
I don't have any other questions. We read through the packet that was published. At this time, I'm going to ask anyone in the audience if you would like to appear and make any comments regarding agenda item number 1. Seeing none, the commission will take no action on this and we'll move on. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Before we get into the public hearings, do have some regular and executive session minutes to approve.
Yes, motion to approve the regular and executive session minutes for the 25th meeting dated January 23rd, 2025, as previously circulated.
Second,
It's been moved and seconded to approve the regular and executive session minutes of the 25th meeting. I also vote aye. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The minutes are approved. We'll move to agenda item number 2, application number 24-00859 for Earl's Restaurant.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the commission, Ms. Uriah, Robert Uyok on behalf of Earl's Restaurant. Present to my right, Ms. Kelly Gannon, she legal manager. First name Kelly, last name Gannon.
Ms. Uriah?
Thank you, Mr. Acting Chair and Commissioners. This application has received 0 written protests, 0 letters in support. Applicant has met statutory requirements for the submission of this application.
Is there anybody in the audience that would like to testify for or against this application? Seeing none, commissioners, questions?
I have none. Motion to approve application number 24-01-859.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve application number 24-00859. Any nays or reservations? I also vote aye. Application is approved.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Go to special licenses. Agenda item number 3, application number 25-01797. Richard.
Chair, I'll be making a disclosure that the ILWU does represent the ground maintenance as well as the food and beverage employees at Pearl at Kalalau Golf Course. I am not their direct representative, and this will not affect my ability to be impartial in deciding on this matter.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Chair and Commissioners. Robin Melch on behalf of the applicant, and to my right is Richard Nakashima. And we have reviewed the report and just wanted to let the commission know that I have already submitted the zoning clearance and the neighborhood board notification.
Commissioners, questions?
No, I have no
Or any actions?
motion to approve application number 25-01797.
Second.
Been moved and second to approve application number 25-01797. Are there any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. Application is approved.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Calling agenda item number 4, application numbers 25-01851-1 to 25-01851-5, Village Events LLC.
Good afternoon, Commissioners, and Dang ANHDANG on behalf of Village Event.
And you want to walk us through the event?
Yes, it's a night market held at Pearl Ridge Shopping Center every Saturday night. Where we have about 20 to 25 food vendors there. There is live entertainment. We have a beer garden. We have cover seating, ample parking, and it is held between 5 to 9 p.m.
Commissioners, questions?
This is just a continuance of the previous night markets you folks have been running, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. I have no other questions.
None.
Motion to approve application number 25-01851-1 through 25-01851-5 inclusively.
Second.
Been moved and second to approve application numbers 25-01851-1 to 25-01851-5 inclusively. Are there any nays or reservations?
None.
Seeing none, I also vote aye. Application is approved.
Thank you, Commission.
Calling agenda item number 5, application number 25-01855 for Les Jardins Academy. Les Jardins.
So we'll have to come back.
Okay, circle back to them. We'll go on to agenda item number 6, application number 25-01860, Hawaii Polo School and Training Foundation.
All right. What's it, guys? My name is Devin Daly, DEVON from the Hawaii Polo Club.
Mr. Daly, you just want to walk us through the event?
Sure. So we've been running polo for about 60 years, and we've gotten these event licenses for each polo game. I believe this one is just for April, and then we have 3 in a row,
Yep.
right?
Correct.
So we have three Sundays in April. We run the games, and then we have a clubhouse and a beer garden.
Commissioners, questions?
I have no questions. Motion to approve application number 25-01860.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve application number 25-01860. Any nays or reservations?
None.
No, seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is approved. Move on to agenda item number 7, application numbers 25-01861-1 and 25-01861-2, Hawaii Polo School and Training Foundation.
That's us again. So my name is Devin Daly, DEVON DAILEY from the Hawaii Polo Club.
Commissioners, questions?
No, I don't have any questions.
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing. This one's May.
Okay,
Motion to approve application number 25-01861-1 through 25-01861-2 inclusively.
Second.
been moved and seconded to approve application numbers 25-01861-1 and 25-01861-2 inclusively. Any nays or reservations?
None.
Seeing none, I also vote aye. Application is approved. Calling agenda item number 8, application numbers 25-01863-1 and 25-01863-2. Hawaii Polo School and Training Foundation.
That's me again, Devin Daly, DEVON DAILEY from the Hawaii Polo Club. And these are for June.
Commissioners?
Motion to approve application number 25-01863-1 through 25-01863-2 inclusively.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve application numbers 25-01863-1 and 25-01863-2. Are there any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. Applications approved.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Adjudications.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a
so
question.
just call the adjudication. Start with just call number 9 and then you
Will do.
come up and then you can go through there from there.
Okay, we'll start with the adjudications and agenda item number 9.
So we'll be calling Cafe Duck Butt LCV 24-0088. So if you can make your appearance for the record.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair and Commissioners. Brandon Moriki, the Deputy Corporation Counsel, handling the prosecution of today's adjudication matters.
So do we have Cafe Duck Butt here? Okay, so Mr.
Well, you know.
Okay, so we've called 3 times and no one has appeared. Mr. Mariki, how would you like to proceed?
We'd like to have a commission enter a default on Cafe Duck Butt.
Okay.
Notice of hearing was signed on December 13, 2024, so they're very well aware of today's proceedings.
So what we want normally, so I mean, what we've normally done in the past, just what we normally will do is I'll probably ask you if you can at least serve them notice one more time. And provide that service of notice if they don't show the next time. And then we can then move forward with, if you'd like to do a default judgment, we'll look at that at that point.
That sounds good. We'll go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Send another notice by certified mail.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, hold on, I need to open up again. Okay. Going on to agenda item number 10, Cafe Mori, LCV 24-0104.
Good afternoon, Chairman and Commissioners. My name is Jusuke Otsuka. That's spelled Junsuke. Last name Otsuka, OTSUKA. I represent EKC International Hawaii Inc., doing business as Cafe Mori. And we have here the corporate representative, Mr. Mamoru Takemori. That's spelled MAMORUTATEMORI.
Mr. Mariki, can you please read the charge for agenda item number 10?
My pleasure, Commissioners. On or during the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2023 in the city and county of Honolulu, state of Hawaii, licensee purchased, acquired, or sold liquor where licensee purchased or acquired from a person or entity other than a licensed wholesaler pursuant to Chapter 281 of the Hawaii Revised Statutes in violation of Section 281-31 subsection T of the Hawaii Revised Statutes.
I'm gonna botch this. Mr. Otsuka, there we go. how would your client like to plead? He can
Yes,
accept the charge, deny the charge, or plead no contest?
My client would like to plead no contest.
Okay. Motion to accept the plea?
So moved.
Second,
And I would just like to say the mitigating circumstance.
Hold on,
for the
1 second,
fees.
hold on. So you didn't have to vote to accept.
Oh.
Because he seconded. He motioned, then you seconded, sorry. All those in favor of it, see, it's usually Jeff that runs that, sorry, let me get back. So no, you're good. Any nays or reservations? No, seeing none. I also vote aye. The plea is accepted. Sorry, we're
Okay,
running back
sorry.
and forth with rolls. My apologies. So
I'll do that going forward.
before you give anything, we're gonna have him give us the recommendations, and then you can be able to explain, okay?
Sorry, I'll do that.
No, you're okay. I was like locked,
Yeah, my
stuck
fault.
in translation for a second. Mr. Mariki, what is your recommendations for agenda item number 10?
Commissioners, this is the first violation with a recommended fine of $500.
Mr. Otsuku, right?
Yes.
Otsuka.
Otsuka, you have to get
Well,
the A at the end.
Yes, there
Any
there is,
explanations?
there are mitigating circumstances. I guess he did not know the law, basically. And it is his first time, and there's no violation. This has been a very clean place, and the amount that was purchased is very minimal. And the only reason he purchased that was not available with the wholesalers. And that happens in actual business. When you have a menu, you gotta get in, try to buy something. So, but he did not know that he has to buy it there. So that's why he bought it from the, I guess, from a retailer. And, but he learned his lesson, so I would like to have, if I'm a little bit reduced to maybe around maybe 300.
So, Mr. Mariki, can you tell, does the charge indicate how much was purchased?
Would you
Or
please
what
give-
was purchased?
Would you
Sorry.
please give me a second, Commissioners? Let me just
Sure.
take a look at that. That's a good question.
So the receipt here shows $59.69 for the liquor. There's another receipt, but this is not a liquor receipt. Oh, this, oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, hold on. Let's see if it's in the charge first. If it isn't, then I'll ask you if your client has the information. Don't worry.
This was an audit.
Okay.
And the amount that was discovered that was purchased is a very, appears to be a nominal amount,
Okay,
under $100.
okay,
So it's under $100 discrepancy, actually $36.86 to be
okay. That's fine.
exact.
Okay, and then I guess the question I would have for you, for your client, what did you buy?
I need to come there. Myers Law.
Okay. So first thing is first, Mr. Otsuki, you need to let your client know that it's a privilege to have a liquor license, right? And when they get a liquor license, we're expecting them to understand the rules and the laws. I understand he sets his menu, but he also should be working the best to set his menu based on the business people that he can purchase the product from.
Yeah.
Okay? So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to approve the recommended fine of $500, but I'm going to suspend $200 of that fine to make it a total of $300. As long as within 1 year from now, he doesn't have another audit that shows he's done the same thing. Okay? So basically it'll show, right, that he's been fined this, but we're suspending $200 of that fine. And only gonna collect $300 of that fine. As long as in 1 year, he doesn't have another incident of this, if he does. That additional $200 will go to whatever fine he were to get for the next one. Okay? So that's my motion. It's a long and drawn out one. Sorry to say.
I'll second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded to approve a fine of $500 with $200 suspended for a year if there are no prior incidents. Are there any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The fine is approved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling agenda item number 11, Chico's Tavern, LCV 24-0087.
Good afternoon, commissioners. My name is Leilani Young, Leilani, last name Young, YUNG.
Mr. Mariki, can you please read the charge for agenda item number 11?
Yes, commissioners. On or about August 30th, 2024, licensee failed to timely submit the name of every person then employed on the licensed premises who is registered with the commission or who is subject to registration on the date and in such manner as directed by the commission in violation of Rule 3-82-38.8 of the rules of the Liquor Commission of the City and County of Honolulu.
Ms. Young, how would you like to plead? You can accept the charge, deny the charge, or plead no contest.
No contest.
Motion to accept the plea.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to accept the plea of no contest. Are there any nays or reservations?
None.
Seeing none, I also vote aye. The plea is accepted.
Mr. Mariki, can you please read your, this word is bad today for me. Recommendations for agenda item number 11, excuse me.
My pleasure. This is a first violation with the recommendation of recommended fine of $250.
Ms. Young, what happened?
It was an internal clerical error, but as soon as I got the, because when they came to tell me I was in default, I came within the next couple of days to turn in the paperwork.
So it's stated on here that the violation was on or around August 30th, 2024. Mr. Riki, does it say when the list was turned in the file?
I don't seem to have that information as to when she actually, what the date
Okay.
of the submission was, just
Okay.
the violation.
So, Ms. Young, I mean, ultimately, right, we, as licensees, everyone knows they gotta get their stuff in a timely manner, just so we know when our people come, that the right people are there and that they're in charge of your establishment correctly, okay? Even though it might have been a couple days, when it's late, we're looking at it and
Yeah, I
you've been
understand.
given a notice. So I am going to approve the recommended fine of $250 for agenda item number 11.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve a fine of $250 for agenda item number 11. Are there any nays or reservations?
No.
Seeing none, I also vote aye. The fine is approved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling agenda item number 12, Club Lilac, LCV 24-0094.
Good afternoon, members of the commission, Keith Kyuchi for the licensee. We waive reading of the charge, enter a plea of no contest.
Motion to accept the plea.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to accept the plea of no contest. Are there any nays or reservations?
None.
Seeing none, I also vote aye. The plea is accepted.
Mr. Mariki, can you please read the recommended fine for agenda, or your recommendation for agenda item number 12?
Yes, my pleasure. This is a third violation with a recommended fine of $500.
Hey, Mr. Kyuchi, what happens? What happened?
Tammy Song owns Club Lilac. She also owns Club Spotlight. She's got two bars. This one is under a services agreement. Ms. Song was my client a long time ago, like 15 years ago, and only recently came back to me. She had another attorney.
Okay.
The motivation is, all of the leases in the area are coming due, so she wanted me to represent her. So, what happens, and the staff doesn't have to do this, but what happens with a lot of my clients is they will make a courtesy call, and this didn't happen. I'm not faulting anybody because that's a courtesy call.
Mhm.
So normally when we do that, we would call the clients, and Ms. Song takes responsibility for that. That's not gonna happen in the future, so.
So, Mr. Kyuchi. So first thing I want you to remind your client, the reason I'm going to motion what I'm going to motion is because going off of what was stated, this is the third time that this is happening. And if she continues on that path, right, I mean, maybe she had a different attorney prior, but if she continues that path,
Right.
that these things get larger, right? And we just want to make sure we know who's there. Okay?
I understood.
Okay, so my motion is going to be to approve the recommended fine of $500 for agenda item number 12. Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the fine of $500 for agenda item number 12. Any nays or reservations?
No.
Seeing none, I also vote aye. The fine is approved. Okay, thank you.
Okay, calling agenda item number 13, Eastern Paradise Restaurant LCV 24-0090.
Good afternoon, Commissioner. My name is Steve Lee, spells STVELEE.
Mr. Mariki, can you please read the charge for agenda item number 13?
My pleasure. On or about August 30th, 2024, licensee failed to timely submit the name of every person then employed on the licensed premises who is registered with the commission or who is subject to registration on the date and in such manner as directed by the commission in violation of Rule 3-82-38.8 of the Rules of the Liquor Commission of the City and County of Honolulu.
Okay, Mr. Lee, you can either accept the charge, deny the charge, or plead no contest.
No content.
Okay, motion to accept the plea?
Second.
Been moved and seconded to accept the plea of no contest. Are there any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The plea is accepted.
Mr. Mariki, can you please read your recommendations for agenda item number 13?
Yes, this is the first violation with a recommended fine of $250.
Mr. Lee, what happened?
Well, I thought it was only me and my wife on the
Okay.
list, actually. Every year, I thought I sent it in, but they didn't receive it, so I don't have nothing to see.
Okay,
I thought I
So-
met it all, but
so how did you send it? Did you send it mail, email,
mail,
mail?
yeah, with the paper,
Okay. So the first time you found out that you didn't receive it was when you got a notice?
right.
Okay,
Actually, the commissioner came to the premises,
okay, they came.
yeah.
Okay.
But we already finished the business, returning the liquor license already,
Oh,
end of the year, yeah.
okay, so I guess my question is currently, currently is Eastern Paradise Restaurant serving alcohol or running
No.
currently?
No, we
No.
turned in the liquor commission, liquor license already. We finished the business.
Okay.
We're retired, so.
Okay, so I don't know if it'll show in your file if the liquor license has been turned in or if it's not active anymore. If it doesn't show in that file, is there a way we can find out from administration?
We could go look it up.
So question I'll have for you, Mr. Lee, is when did you guys finish business? When did you guys
As of
retire?
December 31st last year.
December 31st of last year. Okay. So right now, we're just trying to confirm, right? Because ultimately, we understand, right, that, you might not, obviously, right now, right, you're not using a license, you're not collecting money from the license. We may have to figure out what we want to do with that, okay? So first, we just want to find out.
Commissioners, I don't have data on whether or not.
Okay. That's fine. It's not, okay.
I just learned that it was submitted on October 4th, 2024.
Okay. 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 So Mr. Lee.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read out what we're going to do, okay? And I'll explain a little bit right after we do that, right? So we can have, you have understanding. So I'm going to actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to issue a letter of reprimand for agenda item number 13. And I'm doing that because two things. One is you no longer have the license and you've turned in and it's canceled. And currently you're not collecting, you're not actually receiving monetary value from the license. And so for me, to feel you should be paying something is a little bit harsh because you're not, you didn't continue the business. Now that would be on a case by case basis type of decision. And if someone was continuing to make monetary money off of the license, that might be a different result, okay? That's my motion is to issue a letter of reprimand. Second.
It's been moved and seconded to issue a letter of reprimand for agenda item number 13. Are there any nays or reservations?
No.
Seeing none, the letter of reprimand is approved. Thank you, Mr. Lee.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Lee. Okay, calling agenda item number 14, 8050 Leeward Bowl. LCV 24-0092.
Keith Kyuchi making a special appearance for the licensee. It's kind of unusual. We've done a couple of these for Mr. Akimoto. He didn't call us, so I'd like to continue it. I am going to be out of town on April 24th to May 1st, so if you could, I don't know what the next agenda is then on the adjudications.
So I think what I would say, Mr. Kyuchi, is continuing, you'd have, as long as Mr. Mariki doesn't
Right.
have any issues with that, that's up to them. But I would then say you would need to work with them to figure out the dates.
Okay.
Okay, so Mr. Mariki, are you fine with a continuance?
Yes, let's just do it for the next available date.
Okay, if
Yeah.
that's,
Next available is fine.
Okay.
I just don't know when that is.
yeah, no, we got it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, calling agenda item number 15, Hank's Cafe Honolulu.
Thanks.
Hank's Cafe. Okay. Mr. Mariki, do you guys, how did you guys serve, can you give us a pass of information on service and how the service was done for this license?
A notice of hearing was signed on November 7th, 2024 by Emily Padilto, the manager.
Okay. Okay, so my motion is going to be that for this item, we probably would like you to send one more notice of hearing, and then if they do not show it, that second notice of hearing will be entertained the motion of how you would like us to proceed at that point.
Yes, we'll take care of that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to agenda item number 16, Next Door Partners LLC. LCV 24-0089. Okay. Mr. Bariki, can you give us some information on how service was sent?
Notice of hearing was signed on November 9th, 2024 by Michael Gray, who is the owner.
So again, for this agenda item, we would probably, I would request the same thing, that notice be sent one more time to this licensee for hearing. And then if they do not show at the next hearing schedule, will be open to entertaining how the Corporation Council would like us to look at proceed.
Sounds good.
Okay, moving on to agenda item number 17, Soju Bang, LCV 24-0086.
Yes, and the work and reflect Wayne Duke as counsel for the licensee. I think this item has to be continued. On the prior hearing, the Corporation Council amended the complaint. Okay, and the hearing notice today as the original complaint Sue stated, not as amended.
Yeah.
And I still haven't, received in writing the amendment. The amendment that they made, for the charges.
Okay, so. So I think what we first have to figure out, right, is. When we amended it, right, there was 4 of us, right, so we could actually amend the agenda at that point. And then I think there was other continuations after that. So. So what I would think we would have to do, right, is going to be that we need to make sure, since we did amend it previously. That it needs to be made sure that once it's, because it's reposted now on the agenda incorrectly, correct? And we cannot change the agenda with only 3 commissioners. So we need to make sure that if we're going to, as long as Corporation Council is not against it, continuing, right? I think we need to make sure that we're gonna have the right changes to the agenda posted if we don't have enough people to be able to change it.
So.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I think they just set a new hearing date
Here,
with the new,
the problem
charges.
is that council hasn't gotten actual minutes.
yeah,
So it
Okay.
doesn't even matter what the
Yeah.
agenda says. You put on the record that
Okay.
it's amended, we hadn't received the amended complaint.
Okay.
So technically, it doesn't have notice of what the new charge is.
Okay,
So,
Anyways,
so this is an opportunity right now for council to give an amended complaint to council, so
Okay.
he has notice. And then second, reschedule it with the proper charge on the agenda.
okay.
So it should be continued.
action will be taken on that.
So there's probably gonna be no action other than them both stating that there's a continuance and they're both agreeable to it. We do have. Other ones I testify.
I have a question to advisory of Corp Counsel, because a witness made an appearance today.
Oh, that's right.
And this individual has already stated that she's got some, I think, travel plans that might put her off island. Whether or not that testimony could actually be taken today, if that is her decision. Although this is a little, I mean, it's a little.
I mean, I think, yeah, you can take it. Because the agenda item is called, right?
Yes.
Yes.
the wrong charge.
It's the wrong charge.
Yep, should be talking regarding this charge, not the charges that they want to amend.
They amended the agenda.
So I mean, I think the last meeting, right, he had asked to amend the agenda with the new charge. So we did that. I think I thought he did because
Well, you read the charge, but the individual's contesting that he didn't receive the amended charge.
Yeah.
So proper notice wasn't served, I guess.
yes.
I would object to any testimony.
Okay, so, okay, so I do have, wait 1 second. So I do have a question for court, for purposes. So in the past, right, we've had other individuals, right, that wanted to put on the record because they came, but we didn't hear an item. We allowed them to say what they wanted to say for the time limit, right?
So here's the thing, this is an adjudication, it's not under sunshine.
Okay,
There's no public testimony.
okay,
Come to a contested case hearing with a as a witness
okay,
or as someone putting on evidence.
okay,
It's not a situation where public testimony.
okay, okay.
I have no objection to continue it until she's available. And we have the new charge.
Okay, so I guess the thing would be is if you have the new correct charge, it should at least be given to him now, so he has that. And then as long as council is open to till next available, and then I think with the witness, someone will need, council probably will need to work with them, see when that would be as well, so that they can attend and be able to give their testimony.
If Soju Bang has another hearing coming up, let's hear it at the same time.
As long as, I mean, I'm open to that as long as everyone can get the correct charge to the person.
Well, they just serve me with whatever papers they have, I can make arrangements with them.
Okay,
Yeah, we can
Sure.
discuss between council
okay,
and sort this out.
okay.
I just need another date.
I understand.
Okay.
With regards to the witness, I don't know if it's city, if you want to arrange. Get the dates so that you guys can get an available date for all the parties.
Is my understanding is the witness gonna need the services of an interpreter or any other facilitator to make the hearing go forward?
I think so. So, I don't know.
Anytime after May is fine.
I know, but I don't, so the witness is their owner, who's
No,
party to it.
if
I mean. Right, I guess, I think we're pretty signal not to discuss it. If we can just work, because she's
Definitely.
present
Yes,
in the room. And just work it on that offline. I just don't recall your unavailability because of the travel off the top of my head, so. We can just make that known to the deputy corp counsel and go forward.
Should be back, right? Outside of your travel plans.
Yes, I don't know.
yeah, I don't have the answer to that. I think
No.
that we would, I think what we would have to say is that we need to schedule to the next available. But I do think that preparation, sorry. DCC should at least work with the witness who is present today to find out their availabilities so that they can attend and you guys then work together in regarding when the next available hearing would be.
I have no objections.
Okay.
We can work it out between council and also sort out the scheduling matters.
Okay. Okay. So then we'll put number 17 to next available and all parties will work together to figure out dates for that. Okay. Then we're going to move to the next agenda item, correct? Or is he going to get the? Correct. Okay. Moving on to agenda item number 18, strip steak LCV 24-0070.
Good afternoon, commissioners. My name is Logan Kastner, LOGAN KASTNER, on behalf of Strip Steak Waikiki.
Mr. Mariki, can you please read the charge for agenda item number 18?
On or about July 27th, 2024, licensee employed a person in that section of the licensed premises where liquor is sold, served, or consumed without said employee being properly registered with the commission.
I wrote it down really fast. Mr.
Kastner,
Kastner,
KASTNER.
I got it. I couldn't read my last letter. Mr. Kastner, how would you like to plead? You can accept the charge, deny the charge, or plead no
No
contest.
contest.
Motion to accept the plea.
Then moved in second to accept the plea of no contest. Are there any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The plea is accepted.
Mr. Mariki, can you please read the recommendations for agenda item number 18?
This is the first violation with a recommended fine of $350.
Mr. Kastner, any explanations?
Not really. This is one of our part-time, he doesn't bartend, he's a server. He is very capable of bartending and he filled in and I failed to notice that he did not have his liquor card. Also, he got bad information that he was thought that as long as somebody back there had a liquor card that it was. Since then, 2 days after that, he took the thing, got his liquor card. I also made every bar back in that, everybody that's behind that bar, whether they are actually mixing drinks or not, I made them all get their things just so that, you know, the day comes when they do have to, they're all certified.
Okay. Thank you for the extra precautions. Just happens to be a bad situation at the wrong time. Just we want to make sure everyone that's going to be handling it has it. And ultimately, the hard part, right, is even though he may have had bad information, that falls back on the licensee. So my motion is going to be to approve the recommended fine of $350 for agenda item number 18. Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the recommended fine of $350 for agenda number 18. Are there any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The fine is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We need to go back to
I
number
mean,
5.
Yeah, we should go back and check out number 5, right?
going back to agenda item number 5, application number 25-01855 for Les Jardins Academy.
I'll note for the record that this nonprofit special general license application is set for a Saturday, April 26th event date. We do not have a hearing on April 17th due to lack of quorum. So we could set this for the 24th, which is the next available date where this could be heard,
Well, what about for next weekend?
because we don't have quorum on this. Oh, I'm sorry, the 10th, right? Sorry. I got it, yeah.
The 10th we have quorum,
Yeah,
right?
yes,
Okay.
sorry.
That would be okay.
Yeah. Should try to reschedule it there on the 10th.
Okay,
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 will do.
reschedule.
Yep.
Okay. Moving on to agenda item number 19, Administrator Weekly Report.
Good afternoon, Commissioner Salpatilos. I'm the Commission Administrator. One thing, I think, with regard to the Scarlet settlement agreement, the settlement requires quarterly report to be provided to the court about our progress in implementing recommendations made under the system review. I've been working with Assistant Administrator DSEA Matsumoto, Chief Investigator Sepneri, ASO Gerald Guzman, as well as Doug O to report on our progress on this. And so essentially we'll be providing the court with the matrix that we showed you at the end of last fiscal year. And that notes all the progress that we've made since that time on those things. So I think that will suffice. If the court requires something else, we'll make sure to address their concerns or their issues with the report. So we're working on that. I'm hoping to be able to send that out sometime next week. The settlement agreement was filed on January 22nd. So I'm assuming that deadline for us to report the court was April 22nd. Okay. Additionally, we continue to focus on hiring folks. As you know, I think there are internal recruitments for LCI 3 as well as licensing clerk. And those the application deadlines for those positions will end on the 9th of April. I think at this point in time, we have one applicant for licensing clerk. We had an applicant for LCI 3, however, I don't think that individual meets the qualifications necessary. We've also been able to confirm, knock on wood, that the record management analyst candidate will be joining us at the beginning of May. I mean, knock on wood, because there's still some time.
Yeah.
Okay. Additionally, with hiring as our focus, because it's not only LCI 1 positions that we need, but also administrative support staff that we need. So we will be participating in same day hiring event again that's scheduled for the 25th of April. I guess just as important, probably in terms of licensees, electronic invitations were sent out to all the licensees for our licensee symposium to be held on April 29th at the Blaisdell Center Spectacular Room. you, of course, are more than welcome to attend. The festivities begin at 8 o'clock and subsequent festivities begin at 8:30. Additionally, we received information from the Department of Health that 9 of our liquor commission investigators completed certification on the state's noise certification course. So that's required training for anyone who uses a sound meter. I'm glad to see that 9 of our investigators went through that training and received certification, move forward. Additionally, we continue to anticipate that at some point in time, we will be able to begin the pilot and body worn cameras. So we continue to work on that, making sure that we track how HGA's responses to our request for consultations and things like uniforms, because I think that's necessary for us for licensing investigators to go out and have some kind of sign of authority that they can do this. Additionally, Corporation Council has reached out and wants to have a meeting to discuss, to be able to provide us with information as to some of the things that may help us in terms of implementing the pilot and ultimately the program for the set to go that way. I think it's important to gain whatever information we can to make the use of body worn cameras as seamless as possible. So we look forward to doing that. And with that, I'm open to any questions you have.
Questions for the administrator? We did have one resignation recently for the LCI one.
Yes, somebody resigned on 3/29.
Any reason given?
I think as the reason I believe that particular investigator was uncomfortable with the body worn camera as well as wearing uniform. I need to check specifically on that. But that said, too, we do have. I think there are 2 candidates are going through suitability at this point. So the recruitment for LCI 1 is continuous. We understand that people will come and go, and we need to make sure that we eventually the success of the entire enforcement program relies on having as many of the vacancies that we have out of the way. If we can stabilize, having a stable workforce is essential for us to do the things that we want to do eventually, like expand the 7-day enforcement activities, as well as to have a daytime shift. At this point, we do have a daytime shift, but that's being staffed right now by an LCI 3 and LCI 1 in the personal services contract. Having more people there would stabilize that moving forward. So I think for us, it's critical to continue our efforts to recruit LCI 1s.
Yeah, agree. Other questions?
No.
Thank you. We will go on to agenda item number 20, the commission announcements. Oh, I do have an announcement. Or I can tell Anna, there's a date in May that I'm gonna have a conflict because I have an all-day session for work, yeah. So I'll email that.
All right.
Yeah, that's fine. Announcements? No, you're not meeting.